Hey guys, it's Hustlemon, and I just want to say happy Pokemon Day to everyone out over there. Wishing you all the best on your next pack pulls. Hopefully you get something decent out over here. Look, I want to go ahead and cover today's topic video because it's going all around the community right now. The recent update with the Prismatic Evolutions Super Premium Collection box. Try saying that all in one go without like gasping your breath or all this stuff. Honestly, like the amount of time I had to do this intro, let's not go into that too much. Look, there's a lot of hype around this set. Obviously, like we're gonna see it because of Prismatic Evolution. Need I say more? It's the whole reason of the current market trend and the boom that we're in as of this moment. But I do have some concerns. I'm not gonna talk about scalping being the concern because a lot of people have covered that. I think there's a bit of a different issue that I don't think a lot of people have touched on, and I'm gonna go around to discussing that. But firstly, let's talk about the products and see what's inside over here. Right, let's go ahead and obviously like look at everything that we can pick up on this set. Like honestly, this is an absolute amazing, like I say, upgrade in comparison to the Ultra Premium Collection boxes. I know technically the Super Premium Collection box is like a lesser tier version of the UPCs. It's going to take a while for me to say USCs, etc. But it's one of those things. Or it's not even USC. Look, it's already confusing me. It's SPC. Like, oh my god, I don't like that. I don't like that, guys. I don't like that. It's another like abbreviation I need to get used to. But yeah, look, the collection over here. Of course, the artwork, we don't need to discuss that. Absolutely beautiful over there. But here's the thing. Finally, we got some freaking sleeves in the building. Like, I've been complaining about that in the last Trapagos Ultra Premium Collection box that I did the unboxing to on my channel as well. I've stated that we need sleeves. It makes it much more worthwhile to have a product of this like price frame because it is usable. Like some of the stuff over there that they give you, I'm just not gonna lie, it's like fodder at the end of the day. The playmat, absolutely gorgeous over there. Like I'm a bit envious, to be honest, because now I'm using the Rapagos one, but I would have loved to have that. But it's one of those things. I guess the reason why that they dubbed it down a bit is because on the Ultra Premium Collection boxes we got used to having 3 promo cards in there. We only get 1 this time round. However, I don't think that's a bad thing. This is the thing at the end of the day, right? Let's just take a look at the Trapagos Ultra Premium Collection box. If we combine the Lapras, the Cinderace, and the Trapagos, all them current values about £25 to £30 on the market. This EV card could be dropped in, being £30 straight away. It makes no difference whether that's 1 or whether that's 3. It's what people put that price point for that card at the end of the day. And anyone out there that's looking to complete the master set of Prismatic Evolution is going to need that card. Like, you're not going to get most people going out, oh, I need to complete the master set of this. Like, there's none for, obviously, the Trapagos one. It's just where it is. But this Eevee over there will fit into that category because you're getting all the Prismatic Evolution packs in there. Obviously, I think the biggest thing about why it might be considered a cheaper product is because rather than getting 16 or even 18 booster packs, you get 15 this time round, which... yeah, okay, you know, that's still really good and it's reasonable. 15 is not a bad number to actually work on, and I'll go ahead and discuss that a bit more. But this is the one thing that I really love, the deck box over here. Now this was actually released in Korea, I believe it was originally, and obviously a lot of people love Eevee. There were people like selling this on eBay for a bit more of a price frame to get imported across. So now we've got like an official like worldwide launch of this deck box, and we can actually go ahead and look at this on the Pokemon Center website because this is like the Pikachu version of it, and it's £15, which obviously is not a bad looking fluffy deck box. I mean, like, look, if you're sat over there across the trainer and they like pull out this deck box, you'll be like, look, I don't know you, but I respect you. I respect you straight away for having that because it's an absolute cool, awesome deck box. So having an EV version of that, along with the pouch that they got released in the other product of Prismatic Evolution, it's gonna be quite decent, honestly, just to have it. Like, look. This is the obviously the other one that we've just had as of recently is the Terapagos one. Look at the products over here. Yes, you technically get more. You get 3 extra packs over there in total. But we know that obviously in comparison to what the market is willing to pay for, or even people like we're paying on the second-hand market, there are paying, if not like upwards of 3 times the value for that Prismatic Evolution single pack in comparison to the rest of over here. This deck box over here, I don't know who made it. It's like, it's a B-Tech version of like, I feel like some like kids in kindergarten like put some plastic together and gone like put it as a Velcro tape. It's rubbish. I don't need that. That is literally wasting more like plastic and putting it out in the ocean over there. That is rubbish. We don't need that. Like I said, the free promo cards, yes, you know, you get an extra 2, but at the end of the day, they're not like playable. They're not going to be like deck worthy at the end of the day. Like, it's just cool extra artwork, but Eevee's a lot more desirable. The plastic frame, I've talked about this as well. It's absolutely horrible. Like, honestly, it more ruins your card than actually like presents it nicely. And this dice and the like coins, the poison, the burn coin. Look, I don't know why they put that in. Like, they go, oh, look, we're giving you extra products. Like, these counts as free products in additional to that. Like, no. Like, look, I don't need a dice. Like, why are you giving me dices? Why are you giving me coins? I can get this on every single Elite Trainer box out over there. Like, you're not going to come into the Pokemon hobby straight away and see an Ultra Premium Collection box and go hard or go home, 120 quid, whatever, like bang, here we go. Like, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna be reasonable. You're gonna get an Elite Trainer box and give it a go like that. And you know, once you've got a coin, like, yeah, you might lose it randomly one time or another, but it's not like it's hard to, you know, replace. Like, this needs to go from the Ultra Premium Collection box altogether, and I'm so glad they've done that, because if you're buying this sort of level of product, you're more than likely already dedicated into the Pokemon hobby, and you've already got some Elite Trainer boxes, because not many people are ready to drop $100 on a product. And this is the other thing we need to discuss, the price frame. Like, obviously it's still speculative. I've heard some people saying $90, which I feel like that's very cheap, but let's just go around the price frame of saying £100, right? If you look at that, that works at £6.66 per pack. Like, that is pretty decent if you're considering how much, you know, people are paying right now for a single Prismatic Evolution pack. There's rip and ships that are actually charging £12 for one pack, and even on cost of shipping that whatever you pull out over there. That is, honestly, it's silly. The market over there on them sort of websites is absolutely ridiculous. But so £6.60, yes, it's technically more than the $4.30, the maximum that you pay for a single booster pack when it gets released onto the shelf. But at the end of the day, you know, we have seen it already. People are willing to pay that extra for it. So yeah, look, that's all the products. We've covered all this, obviously, and I'm not gonna lie, it is a very strong investment product. I don't need to go and explain that in so much details. Of course, we've seen the rise of the Charizard UPC recently as well. Like, look, that's jumping up over here to around 230 area. That was about 6 months ago. 120 to 130 pounds on Magic Madhouse as well. So genuinely, like, these sort of products are rising. 151. This time last year, I bought a 151 UPC. That I bought from the Pokemon Center website for £120. That's now sitting on £300 in total. And literally it's almost the same. Like, you can see it's pretty much the same as the Trapagos version of it, except you get 2 less packs. And yeah, like, honestly, you can see it. The Trapagos one, obviously time will tell how well that will do, but again, this is, we know the UPCs are a great, strong, solid investment product. But I need to discuss this now. This is going to be the second part of this video, where I'm gonna have to go through what I feel like is going to be my predictions on this market, and how I'm worried this actual product could make things a lot more worse. So guys, I need to touch upon this because I don't think any like YouTubers have covered this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I genuinely think a lot of people have touched upon the scalping, and I know that's an issue, but I think that's more of a secondary issue. My primary concern is the Pokemon Company and whether they're going to actually honor their promise in increasing supply. Like, at the end of the day, after the ETB launch, they stated that more Prismatic Evolution products would be printed to meet demand. They didn't state which one, but at the end of the day, this product has still got more than 2 months before it hits the shelf. They should be ready and available to make that demand, I would state. A company of that size has real-time inventory and purchasing data. You know me, I run a small e-commerce Shopify business. I have access to traffic and conversion rates, so I've got that information readily available from Shopify. A company of Pokemon size, like, at the end of the day, will have that, like, if not even more acute broken down information. They might even have like little things like at the end of the day how many accounts have been created in terms of what person goes and like spends their time frame on that website, how much does a single person on averagely spend, etc., which countries are getting more. All this information should be more readily available to provide to board members. And if not, then they need better data analysis, but I don't think they're lacking that resource whatsoever. I'm focusing on surging sparks rate now. You might be thinking, why am I pointing this out? But the reason why I'm going to go with this is because I feel like this is where the beginning of the current boom ended up. Like, this was like the first step towards what was going to later on go down the line. Yeah, this product got sold out within a day, like literally. And I think one of the first problems that we need to touch upon on the Pokemon Company website is this purchase limit of 4. That is too much for a single person to have. Like, at the end of the day, you just don't need 4. I'm going to be honest with it. Like, you need to reduce that down to 2, if not even 1. They could even go a bit more like out there and maybe look at like address restrictions as well, because some people out there will have more than 1 account. Some people have 2, some people will have 3, some people have partners, family, etc., all sitting there waiting to snipe. It's one of those situations. Like, I don't think if someone's really like dedicated to like milking the system, they're not going to be sat over there with just 1 account. They will try their best to get hold of it as much as possible. Even bots are readily available. I know they've been talking about the ticket system, but I think just to help it out at this time frame, the purchase limit of 1 or 2 should be introduced onto this product. Like, I think that's the first step that they can take. I know I've touched upon this as well, guys, and I need to speak open and honestly at the end of the day. Like, I made no secret on my channel. I said I'm a Poke investor. That's the primary content I focus on. It's the primary thing that I do on my channel. And I know some people hear that word investing and straight away think scalping. Like, I've even heard the phrase like, "Oh, investors are just scalpers that wait longer." That's nonsense. It literally is. Look, I'll just destroy that right now. At the end of the day, you could be a Pokemon investor and have 1 or 2 products of the same product. Like, I'm happy to sit on like one of the new products over here. I don't need 4. I don't need to go out there clear off the whole shelf. I don't need to be fighting anyone at Costco. At the end of the day, I'm happy just owning the one product and give everyone else a chance to own it. I like the whole like Jesus with fish and bread sort of situation. You know, I will spread it amongst my fellow hobbyists out over there. That's absolutely fine by me. But once I got hold of that product, it's up to me if I want to keep it sealed for 20 to 25 years, which I fully intend to do. So you want to rip and ship it, go ahead. You want to like open it for personal like collection, whatever. If you want to give it as a gift, that's your choice. You spent that money, you do what you like with it. At the end of the day, I get to keep it as a sealed item. And like I said, I'm not there to like take away everyone else's products away from them. Like, some people might come on the counter arguments like, yeah, but there's some people out there that like literally like collecting and all this stuff. You don't know me. I am collecting as well. I do have a collection, but I also like having sealed products. Like, that is one of my like things that I enjoy. And my side does come to investing, not only just from my professional and financial like experience with the whole certificate. I've got the certificates for it, but I've also got the paper cards of Pokemon to prove that I'm part of the hobby as well. Look, the reality is at the end of the day, we got to look at the target audience as well. If you're talking about a high-end price point of this product, right, it's not catered for kids. It's just not. You literally have to think about this, right? This is mainly for the adult hobbyists or the collectors out over there who have disposable income. Your average working class family doesn't have like 100 and 120 pounds ready to like drop onto like a bunch of paper cards at the end of the day. They're just not. Most parents are going to look at that and look for cheaper options, especially if they are from the working class or lower income class sort of area. It's just not one of the things that they're going to go out there and ready to put that serious money down. It's just not worthwhile for them. Look, I'm going to be honest, right? And this is one of the things, guys, right? I've made some predictions before and I was right twice, and this is my 3rd prediction now. My first prediction I ever made on this channel was about Shroud of Fable, and I said to wait and all this stuff. I got a lot of hate, and I understand I was new over here, but I've been twice right, and this is the 3rd prediction I'm going to make. So, you know, I'm on a good track at the moment. If this product gets released, right, and it sells out instantly, and the prices skyrocket, just be ready, right? Because the market's not going to cool down till the end of 2026. There's just too many sharks in this water right now. There's too many people out there that's ready to go ahead with this. Like, whether that be FOMOing, scalpers, impatient buyers that will drive the prices up. At the end of the day, it's going to stay because of the 30-year anniversary next year on 2026. people are just going to stick around, and you know, they know that this water is basically like ready. It's a fish frenzy. Everyone's over there to have a big fat dine over there, and that's just what it is. Like it, you know, people stick around for it. The only thing that I can say might kind of distance away some of the scalping is if Journey Together flops, because there's obviously, we know that's been sold out, that's been milked out as well, but there's genuinely like resellers on like Instagram, like dedicated resellers where like I'm seeing on Instagram reels, on TikToks, etc. They don't just like resell Pokemons, they do like a lot of different other things. They just like show things that you can buy out there in stores and like, you know, basically milk and profit with. Prismatic Evolution is being promoted with all these channels, and we gotta hope that they don't have that much knowledge with the Pokemon world, that they might just stay around for Journey Together and then realize it doesn't work out for them, and they'll find something else. Like they'll wait another day. That will start slowly driving down the price. Yes, there are Pokemon hobbyists that also do scalping, and they will stick around, but you know, it was manageable beforehand. But we definitely need to put some like placements in progress, like I mentioned, for the Pokemon company. That is what's going to basically be the only detour. If that doesn't happen and people are putting down the money, the bigger money, to pay over the board price frame than the recommended retail price, then yes, 2026, ended towards 2026, this is how the market's going to be. And I'm going to just be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you from my personal approach as well about it. Look, I want Blooming Waters 151. I want the Super Premium Collection box, alright? I want Destined Rivals. But if I can't get a recommended retail price, I'm skipping him. Like, at the end of the day, I can afford to pay double, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it for content. I'm not going to do it for my personal collection. I'm not even going to do it as a gift. I know other content creators like are preaching stuff over there, but I don't say they practice it. I fully understand it as well. Some people out there are content creating. They're basically ripping open and showing the products out over there. And I understand it might be a family person. They're doing so much other things on the side bit, and they, you know, some products out there in different parts of the world, and they can't afford to wait, so they want to be the first one. They're trying to rip it. But you pay the scalping price, then at the end of the day, that's how the market works. You know, the whole thing is supply and demand. That's the whole phrase behind it. You have a demand, there's a supplier. There will always be that case. So you pay that scalping price. You can't then just complain about it. Then you might even try to come up with any other excuse. You might be like, look, I am not paying scalping prices. It's silly. I'm not embracing it. And then next thing you know, you bought 10 or 20 of the same box and got, I'm going to do it as a business investment. I'm setting up a business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You then, again, right, economy 101, right, supply and demand. You've created that environment. You just can't then preach that stuff to say, don't support scalping, I don't like it, and all this stuff. You are, you know, like basically like gaining from that market as well. Like for whatever reason it is, okay, you can put whatever reason you want on, but that is the reason why the sole market exists at the end of the day. And honestly, like, I just don't like it. I'm just going to be a man of my words, because I've told you guys beforehand, alternative investments is one thing that I do, and I have a financial experience. It's my, you know, background level, all right? And now that I'm embracing alternative investments a lot more, there's so many different areas for me to do wealth building. Like, when last time it happened, guys, in the Sword and Shield era, the Poke boom, like the whole COVID period, I started off in graded cards. I can happily go back on that. Look, I'm doing a whole content around that as well. So I'm happy to go back and invest in grading cards as well. You know, I'll stick to that. I'll put more money in my stocks and shares ISA. If you're watching this in the UK, only 6% of adults have it. Like, seriously looking to get up stocks and shares ISA, small little financial advice sort of thing situation. I get to say them words as well because I can. But yeah, look, okay, that's something. I can easily do that. I could look at expanding my e-commerce business. There's products out over there. I feel like, oh, do I need to test the waters? Again, if I got money that I feel like I can dispose it, I'll give it a trial and error. It's how I started off as a sole trader before I set up a limited company. You know, I'm saying I've got avenues. I'm even doing niche collectibles. I'm going to point this out. Look at this, right? This is my first ever thing from Topps. It's so random, but I love WWE as an example, right? And I've got this from the Royal Rumble, Speed over there. I'll probably do an edit on the video, right? Why have I got Speed? Look, well, I Show Speed is like, don't get me wrong, I've seen his content. I think he's a bit of a funny guy, but I'm not like follower at the end of the day. But he's got 30 million followers on Instagram. Look at the hype that KSI and Logan Paul created, like in terms of Prime, in terms of lunches and all these other stuff. Speed is like double that size, and I think because this is his first trading card game, I'm taking the punt of me putting down £10 that I'll see a better return in the future. What I'm basically trying to show you that there's so many avenues for me to explore. If it's solely for wealth building, and you're watching this and you're literally looking at Pokemon as a wealth building tool, then there's a lot of avenues you can explore. It's the classic saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? I'm just going to summarize it because I made something like that I feel like is a bit of a rip-off to Dave Ramsey. I love that guy. Like, if you, for those of you that are like into finances like me, I'm a huge fan of him. And I made like something called the Hustle Steps. I point it over here. Look, I'm on Hustle Step 5, right? You need to be on a certain par. You can't have any debts, guys. If you're doing this as an investment and you're in debts, you're doing it wrong, guys. In fact, if anyone's watching it up until this point, you need to get first two out of the way before you go into this hobby. I will be doing you guys a disservice right now from all my experiences if I don't tell you to follow at least the first two. Even if you're just a pure person that's in the hobby, you need to cover the first two guys in your life. Otherwise, you're not in a good track. And that's data driven. That's factual. You know, you can go seek that information out yourself. At the end of the day, it's the classic things. You know, facts. You know, feelings don't like overweigh facts. And you're more than welcome to come over here and give me, you know, feedback and give me actually a constructive argument involved in there. You can even do a video out over there. Like, if you wanted to do that, there's so many people that I watch that are purely into the hobby, and they like talk about more what the hobby is involved. Like Opossum, for example, is one of the guys I follow. He might not do the investing, but he's into the hobby and he makes very strong critique arguments. But I follow him because, you know, I like listening to other people's perspectives. So you need to sometimes sit down and listen to that. And that is why I'm doing this right now, because this channel is originally about Pokemon investing, and I will continue on doing that because my whole purpose and my aim is I want you guys to be in the future, in your golden years, to enjoy the things that you're currently doing right now, build up as a bit of a wealth toolkit for yourself, and use it as a retirement fund for you. So because not many people get the chance and the opportunity in the world to do something that they love and pursue it and use it in a way to build like wealth for themselves. Like, not many people do the jobs that they love, not many people do this and that. You know, this is one of the unique ways I truly believe you can do it, and I'm just showing you something that I've taken as my own personal approach in life. So I hope it, you know, I hope, you know, you sit over here, you take it on board, and not everyone else at the end of the day, but that's my genuine reasons for this channel over there, and I'm just sharing it out. I've come in from this on the place of like open and honest conversation. I know it feels like it's a lot of like information to take on board, but that is it at the end of the day. Look, guys, when you sit down with a financial advisor, you pay hundreds, you know, you may be sitting with a mortgage, you might be sitting investment, you might be sitting with whatever. I do personal banking and savings. Like, you know, these are the things that you sit down and you talk to a person about it. I can't cover it on a YouTube video as much, but one day I will go ahead and, you know, talk about it. And if you really are like got some like struggling concerns and you want to reach out to me, because I know it's a bit of a touchy subject sometimes, drop me a message on my Instagram, hustleman151, or TikTok, and just reach out. Like, I'll be happy to sit down and like actually go through some of the things. Like, I'm more than happy to help out people in that way, because I'm doing okay, guys. I'm doing all right, and I've got the chance to give back a bit now at least. So this is why I'm doing it. And for those of you who are ignorant enough to now exclude me from the hobby and go like, well, you're not part of the hobby because you're doing the investment side. You are never part of us. You're not one of us. You can't sit with us sort of situation. Why the hell in my spare time I'm doing this if I don't have love for Pokemon? Huh? I can go out there, chill with my wife. I can hang out with my daughter, all the stuff. Like, you know, I've got things I can go along and do. It's because I freaking love this thing. That is why I'm making content and doing it as my spare time. There's no financial reward behind it. I don't get anything. Apologies that it's gone on a bit of a rant mode, but some things I need to get off my chest. And, you know, we live in a TikTok generation where people don't even give each other 60 seconds at the end of the day. When you sit down and listen up, you might learn from other people's experiences. Like I said, you're welcome to give constructive feedback if you like to on the comment section, but do not involve feelings. All right? I feel this, I feel that, give me a strong argument and reason why being. Put your knowledge in forward, test yourself, and if you're using feelings, I'm sorry, but the argument's already lost. What a rant, isn't it, guys? Not bad for Pokemon Day. I bet like nobody saw that coming. Yeah, look. Okay, thank you guys once again. Look, appreciate that you actually spent time to even got this far. Sorry for it to be a long video, but at the end of the day, you know, this is sometimes it's good to do this sort of content. If you want to just show some support over here, just like the content, and obviously if you do feel like it's helpful, you can come aboard on this channel. You're more than welcome. Yeah, just reach out if you honestly got some time frame to do so. I will, like I said, one day probably break it more and more, and you can see more of myself in terms of it and the reason why I've gone into the way I'm doing this. But even if you don't like doing the whole investment thing of it, then that's fine. I do other contents over there. I know a lot of people seem to like the other type of stuff, but at the end of the day, that's what I am. I'm over here doing this all for the Pokemon community. Thank you guys, look after yourselves, and yeah, I guess I'll see you all on the next video. Take care.